Hey there, fellow big game hunters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, The Voidborn. Episode 10, Hunting an Alpha Thrumbo. There was one last thing I wanted to do, which I'll do now, which is check the Ancient Danger to see if it's like a viable thing for us to clear. So I'm going to have Icy go up there by our lonesome while everyone else stays in the ship. Because if it's particularly dangerous, she's a jogger, she can get away. Good weapons at least? No, they sucked. The weapons they had were like poor quality. But a chain shotgun at poor quality is still super lethal. Compact weaponry, a soother. So the good news here is I can steal this stuff without the bugs getting pissed. Loading caravan. Loading caravan. I'll even get the soother. If I can get the locust to go away. It's nighttime, so I'll come back later. I have a disadvantage to go during the day. Or going at night, rather. I should wait for the day. I might even just leave the soother behind. So, let's talk about tactics for the Alpha Thrumbo. I am gonna cheese it. I'll just be blunt. It's gonna be cheesed and cheesed hard because it's not easy to do if I don't cheese it. So what I'm gonna do is remove a foundation. Here. Oop, here. Donut ship. Yep, exactly. Haul this stuff in. Don't go anywhere, Lisk. I don't care about the gold ore. And then let's launch. So I'll save first, just in case. You guys said yes to the bounty hunt. I'm going to wait the max time so that, you know, I have more time to prep for it. But here we go. Alpha Thrumbo. It's not cheese, it's a feature? If you say so. So, the Alpha Thrumbo's right here. And I am going to squish all the other Thrumbo so that they're insta-gibbed. So we only have the Alpha Thrumbo to kill. Because I don't need the entire herd getting pissed. So now there's just one Alpha Thrumbo. And it's going to want to leave my ship to eat wood or whatever. And then, once there's an opportunity to shoot at it, I shoot at it, and because its move speed is only 4.2, unlike Thrumbo, which move frickin' fast, it's just a kite and fight. My 2 cents? I wish the Alpha Thrumbo was harder to deal with, but it just isn't. I just need it to piss off a bit, because it's sitting on me. It does have a trumpet roar that makes me flee, but that's not really going to affect my mini turrets, which are, I could turn on, spin up, and fight for me. So Rylus and Icy move at full speed. Lisk, you have a better gun than Rylus, so no, you don't. Never mind. So again, I'm going to save just in case like I screw this up, but it is 8 in the morning. Let's do this. Gideon, stay on the ship. What is the door in the kitchen? A vac barrier. So it has a roar, which makes me flee in terror, but I flee faster than it can move, and it's already being wounded. In fact, save the ammo. I don't even need my turrets. Who are you chasing? You chasing Icy? There we go. Switch targets. I wish they were harder to deal with, but they're just not. This one had a bad back, so its movement speed was already bad, which gave me a massive advantage. But the tactics are virtually the same. You don't want the entire herd of Thrumbo pissed at you, so squish them with your ship, leaving only the Alpha Thrumbo left, making it kind of an inconsequential fight. Again, I did say it's cheese, but why fight hard when you can fight smart? And it's down. Ta-da! Actually, kiddo, there's your zone. Nope, hello, it's up. And it's dead. Is there a reason I needed to replace the lost floor tile? Yeah. So if I didn't remove the floor tile, the Alpha Thrumbo would have just been crushed under the ship, and I wouldn't have been able to hunt it. So I needed to make a spot for the Thrumbo to stand, and then wander out of my ship on purpose. Does that make sense? What's the difference? The Alpha Thrumbos are tougher. They have, well, okay, it's dead, but it would have been tougher, its stats-wise. And then it has something called Thrumbo Mane, rather than Thrumbo Fur, which is even tougher leather. And then its horn is more valuable as well, and actually a ridiculously high DPS weapon. And then, you know, if there was a snowball's chance of hell to tame it, it's a frickin' beast of a monster in melee. Let's accept the Orbital Fugitive now. Go bounty hunt. Is the fur better than Hyperweave? I think it might be. I don't have Hyperweave's stats memorized. Nothing like Gideon picking up the Alpha Thrumbo. So here's the Thrumbo Mane. It's max hit points 220, sharp 212, blunt heat, cold, beauty. And then the horn is a scary mother of a melee weapon. This is like excellent Persona Blade level murder. And this should allow us to fuel up the tanks a bit, plus the other stuff to hunt. Do they offer more than one Alpha Thrumbo quest? Yeah, we could get more of them. And I might make a bit of an effort to... So, of the books I have, both still offer a quest. So I'm going to try to force getting extra quests from these maps I've got from the ruin site. You don't always get it. There's like a chance to discover, so I failed the first attempt. There will be more. Why rebuild the floor of the chimney after the hunt? Because I wanted it. I could have left it open, but the reason I wanted it was so that I can roof it up to keep the heat in to the ship, because I can't do that if... Well, I could do that without a floor, but I'd rather have the aesthetics of the floor. Come on, man. Get the quests already. So Icy's hunting for us, trying to fill up our meat. And these guys are like failing at reading simple maps. The bounty hunt is probably further than we can travel in one hop, I think. So we'll need to do a multi-hop jump to it. Lisk, is there stuff for you to mine while we're here? Yep, there is. Jade, too. Uranium as well. Silver. Lots of silver. And components, and yeah, there's good stuff. There's a lot of components. Pretty mineral rich. Uh-oh. The wolf was going after the ibex we were hunting, but I noticed that the wolf was a little preoccupied, so I just jumped it. I only have 1 med. Well, I have 58 industrial meds. I'm not all that concerned about that. You know what it might be that I'm not getting quests off of this because I'm at a quest site? I doubt that that's the case. I think it's just a chance to gain the quest when you read the thing. And I'm just failing at it time after time. But maybe I don't force it. Maybe I just let them organically find quests as the maps are read. The nice thing is it does provide a reading bonus to the room. So now I'm researching at 124 speed, which is kind of nice. Cleanliness, multi-analyzer, and reading bonus all stacked up. So the ETA for depart is about just shy of 3 days. And I'm gonna mine the hell out of this map tile. Fur is better with sharp, 12% better, and better with heat protection than hyperweave, but hyperweave is better in all other ways. Got it. I think in terms of like beauty, it's way more beautiful too. I think in that case, I'm gonna wait for potentially an inspiration to use it. I don't really want to use it, the leather, for clothing unless I'm inspired, because the inspiration is gonna be worth waiting for. It's got silver and uranium. What we don't have a lot of on this map tile is steel. Because I know I have tons of gravelite panels. I have enough for 244 additional tiles for my ship. But because we really only have about 600 steel, and we have like barrels to reload and things like that, I haven't been expanding the ship for that reason. Waiting for the opportunity to get more steel from a site, and we're obviously not going to get it here. So if you're wondering why the ship isn't bigger, that's the reason. The size of your ship does not affect the amount of chem fuel that you use per jump. I guess I never mentioned that. It's chem fuel per tile so like, you know, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, that kind of cost. Not per tile as, because if it was per tile of building tiles, that would be a 4,000 chem fuel jump. I mean, that's not what that means. The other thing I could do, and I know I just said I wasn't going to expand the ship, but I do need to prepare to go to space, is let's design better airlocks for the ship and then add in ox pumps so that I can survive space. So I'm going to add oxygen pumps for the bedrooms so that the bedroom's airtight, and then I'll add oxygen pumps for the research and schoolroom so that we have 4 potential airtight zones. That way we can't, you know, I mean, we are Voidborn, or Starjacks, but there's also one more thing I wanted to do, which is to get a helmet, one more helmet for Gideon, so that everyone has suits in case we do have a vacuum to ship. This classroom's hilarious. Yeah, it's stupid as hell, but it's meta. Because each blackboard is 20% gain, and it just needs to connect to the school desk, so yeah. It's nonsense, but it works. So the way these oxygen pumps work is they will try to repressurize the zone if it's exposed to vacuum. So right now, obviously, there's air pressure in the entire ship. But in the case that there wasn't, they would be repressurizing it. But if you had a breach, they don't pressurize fast enough to be able to fill your ship back up. But the reason I put them in the rooms that have vents is if I do have a pressure problem, I can just close the vents, and then it will repressurize, well, Lisk's bedroom, not Icy's bedroom, but still, you know, it's better than nothing. It's a place to go if you don't want to suffocate. Maybe they're vertical blackboards like some universities. Yeah, that was where my head went to, but I don't want to make excuses for the meta. I think it's funny just the way it is. The other thing I wanted to do is the vac barriers here, where the doors go, and that will help to keep the pressure of the ship up. I can also separate the workshop from the galley, but I don't think I really want to. I'd rather just have the entire thing have its wealth driven upwards, as that's ultimately better. My ship looks great? Well, thank you. I like it. It's very functional, highly functional, but it's home. Alright, the last thing I said that I wanted to do is to get a vac helmet. I'm not going to make another suit, because us Starjacks don't need suits in space. Reminder that the suits usually add about 1/3 of your vacuum resistance, the helmets add 2/3 of your vacuum resistance, and being a Starjack gives you 45%, which is greater than the benefit of a suit. So for Starjack races, they just need helmets. For everyone else, they need suit and helmet. Is the telescope still unroofed? Yep, it is. It won't be when we go to space, though. I'm going to leave it open for now, but when in space. Is a kid vac helmet a thing? So helmets in RimWorld can be worn by children or adults. It's only body clothing that is adults only. So like helmets are one size fits all as far as RimWorld is concerned. Even though that, you know, doesn't make sense. It is certainly convenient. Wow, I have 16 steel. Yeah, well, in that case... Crap. Steel ruins out here? Anyway? I see a lot of slag. Yeah, we are just out of steel. Completely. Oh well. I don't see anything made of steel out here. Oh, right, there's the plasteel slice caps that I need to smelt, but I don't even have a smelter. Yeah, there's no steel out here. There's no steel ruins really at all. And I'm not really feeling having Icy go up against an entire herd of caribou, so... We're just waiting for the cooldown. 18 hours. It's not that much longer. And hopefully the next site will have more material. Fabrication is done. Let's get advanced fabrication. And while you guys stand around, how about read those maps? Huh? Is there a higher chance for pawns to be Voidborn while in orbit? No. It is completely reliant upon the factions you interact with, not where you physically are. Come on, map readers. Seriously, give me quests. Quest me already. So the plan for this room is the fabrication room, but I will need to put the school stuff somewhere else, and my intention was to expand my ship for more space, but I don't have the materials to do that right now, so I'm just waiting for being offered the materials. Was he born? No, he was rescued. He radioed for help, and we answered the call while wasters were chasing him. So he was added since the start. I knew that this was going to really be a really low pop run, because like there's just not a lot of opportunity to add Starjacks. So I was very happy when he gave us a ring. Everyone on ship lockdown now, because we are headed to space. Or headed to the next tile in 4 hours. There's no point in anyone like leaving the ship at the moment. Chem fuel's just about full. It's not full, so I might want to make a little bit more chem fuel before we take off. So we have max range. I don't think I'm going to get there in one hop. Anyway. There we go. Chem tanks are full. Launch time. So we are trying to head to this. This is the bounty hunt, the orbital fugitive, and the closest I can get is, oh yes, we've got some temperate forests. Interestingly, there's like no points of interest around here. This does feature a junkyard though. Alpaca habitat? That I think I'm gonna go to, because alpacas are... And there's wild fibercorn and animal life. I don't care about fibercorn, but increased animal life? So between alpaca and increased animal life, which to go to, I'm gonna choose alpaca because they don't fight back. So here we go. And this is so that we can fill up our chem tanks, because I'm going to need to do a lot of hunting. But the good news is we're finally out of the ice. I've been in the ice and tundra and boreal like since the start, basically. So finally getting out of there. But we did do the alpha hunt, the alpha Thrumbo. So that's pretty cool. Okay, points of interest. I did mention, plasteel. And steel and components. Okay, I know where I'm landing. Let's land here, and I can do some shipbuilding. I'm a little bit near map edge, but worth the risk. So the increased animal... Oh my good God, that's a lot of meat. We will meet our needs. So the current priority is refuel, ship build, and then head to bounty. Alpaca habitat! You are awesome. There is so many. So is there an inch of danger here? I don't think so. No. But there is uranium, there's plasteel, there's components, there's basically everything we would possibly want. We also might stay long enough to get fabrication up, too. But, unrestrict, and then I'll set up a specific zone for Gideon to not, you know, wander too far away. So he'll be able to nature run towards the center of the map, which should be the safest. Okay. Roof. Roof. And floodlight. There's some rain, so I figured I'd roof up to protect myself from it. War merchant coming in. I have a lot of random guns. That's kind of nice. Oh, I also have the Thrumbo horn. I don't know if they buy it, but if they do, it's awesome. So let's talk about shipbuilding. I'm going to wait until I get a little bit more steel, but I'm planning on significantly expanding the back of the ship so that we can have a bigger workshop and maybe an ideology room. We don't have one of those yet. There's a lot to add here. Oh, and by the way, cheers. Filling up our chem tanks. Oh, I'm so happy with this map zone. So much ore. All right, Mr. Lisk. Let's go talk to him. Insect jelly I'm going to sell. Herbal meds I'm going to buy. So if we have a wound, but we don't want like a full-fledged big cost of parting with high-quality medicine, we can tend to it more reasonably. That's about it. Selling the junk weapons, because I don't need to keep them. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Wasn't a lot, but, you know, whatever. It's good. What are these again? These are vac barriers. They're like... They're not doors, but they keep the atmosphere of two zones separate. So they'll keep temperature, pressure... separate. Dude, do you just want to be miserable in the rain? So, for instance, my kitchen here is -9 Celsius, and on the other side of the vac barrier, it's 27 Celsius. But there's no physical door between them. Vac barriers do not stop raiders, do not stop animals. They are not doors. They just separate atmospheres. They don't separate bodies. All right. Thinking about new rooms. So the one issue is if I build rooms here, my turrets are going to have way worse firing arcs, which I'm okay with. So maybe I'll start with this as the next addition. And then go further. We'll see. We can always move the turrets, yes, obviously. Will these not interfere with the engines? I'll move the engines. They would. These two engines would be interfered with. But I can move the engines like up 2 spots and they're fine. Do kids inherit all genes? If you cross a Starjack with a Starjack, you are guaranteed to get a Starjack. That's how it works. If both parents have the genes, the kid inherits the genes. So in the case of Starjacks, you'll notice in their biology, they have germline genes. Oh no, these are xenogenes. Sorry, I take that back. Starjacks are implanted. They're not native. Which also means that we're not going to implant genes, because we would cease to be Starjacks. So they're more like genies. They have, they're genetically modified baseliners, essentially. But we're treating them like species, as far as I'm concerned, that's what they are. Lisk, it would be very nice for you to cut these trees, because you're really the only one that physically can. She is still hunting. And pretty soon I'm going to run out of room for that. Gideon is daydreaming. And Rylus, temporarily, I'm going to make you do some construction. Take a break from research. To build. So the northern section's done. And the plan for this was a room like that. Kind of mimicking the other room. And what I actually physically add to these rooms will be ultimately up to you once they're built. But we are... Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have enough tiles before the expansion. But yeah, we are pushing the limit of how many tiles we can add. I want to hold off on building the grav field extender as much as I can, because there's a lot of sexier things that we can do with the grav field extender, or with the grav cores, besides expand our ship. So I'm going to hold off on expanding our ship as long as we're able, provided that it isn't making us vulnerable or something like that. Oh, haul what you've killed already, man. Or lady. Waste not. How about removing their bad genes? We can't. If we remove the bad genes, they're not Starjacks anymore. So, I mean, I can, but then immediately they have to be banished out of our colony. So, I don't think you want me doing that. So these walls are going to be uranium, so that the turrets, if I leave the turrets there, they don't get exploded easy. Can you make multiple ships? If you can manage to find multiple grav engines. I haven't done it yet, so I'm not 100% sure it's possible, but I bet if you dev mode them in, you could have two. How good is... Wow, we really have not refueled much yet. Can we have an ornate door to our ideology room? Possibly. We haven't decided that there's an ideology room yet, though. Are you going to build yourself into a wall? That would be funny. Gideon did. GG Gideon. Okay, question. For the rooms, what are we doing to them? And I have some ideas, and the most popular of all the ideas that are proposed will be what we do with them. So here's the ideas. What rooms to build? I could build a stockroom, classroom, ideology room, crafting room, prison, hospital, that is, I think, what I'm going to include in here, but I can have other viewer suggestions. We have 2 rooms, and the top 2 choices up there get built. The other options do not. Updating the ship zone. This is safe. This is safe. Come on, move the engine. Thank you. And how close are we to tile max? So we have 19 tiles left to play with before we would need to extend. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Voidborn, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Voidborn.